Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to adjust your ride height on your coilovers. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to loosen this collar right here. You can see it's not really tight right now, but if yours is tight, so I have an assortment of spanner wrenches here on the floor, and you can see we have some BCs and we have some D2 racing coilovers. So depending on the manufacturer that you purchase your coilovers from, they'll send you a set of spanner wrenches. But if you happen to lose them, like we did once upon a time, and you're able to pick these up on Amazon or anywhere, so you can adjust the ride height. So you will need this to be able to adjust the ride height. So what you're going to do is you're going to locate the spanner wrench and you're going to loosen this up. Okay, ours is loose already, but I'm just going to demonstrate like this. Okay, it's loose, and that collar could easily go up and down. So what you're going to do next is this collar right here, these two are binded together. Okay, so when you start to rotate this, the ride height will be adjusted right here. This whole strut or coilover, it's going to rotate and it's going to give you the ride height. So, and you're going to have to just figure out which way is up. So in my situation, I'm going spinning it towards the car. Okay, so if you wanted to lower the vehicle, you would do the same exact thing, but only in reverse. You would lower the car, of course. I'm raising it. So this is the same way you would lower the vehicle. You would do this process and just go forward or backwards depending on what you want to achieve. So yeah. Okay, so a good way in how to measure and figure out how much of a ride height you have adjusted and how much you have moved and traveled is to use a caliper, and you're going to measure from the bottom of here to the bottom of this collar right here. Okay, so we have 62 millimeters. We're going to go up to, I don't know, let's say 75. This car is very low to the ground, and I just want to create some clearance. Okay, so I'm right at 75.42 millimeters. So I'm going to stop here. This is fine for me. And I'm going to get this collar right here, and I'm going to bring it all the way down. And this is going to lock everything into place. And now using the spanner wrench, I'm going to just snug the bottom one. So it's locked into place. We're set. We're good to go. So now that this side is done, I'm going to go ahead and do the same process, and I'm going to use the caliper to make sure that both sides are even. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're in the other side, and we're going to do exactly the same thing right now. So I'm going to loosen this bottom collar right here. That's going to allow me to go ahead and travel up and down and go ahead and set everything up. And I'm going to measure the same way. I'm going to measure from the bottom of this shock or coilover all the way to the bottom of this collar. I'm just loosening this collar. It's out of the way. And something I forgot to mention, let me show you this, guys. If you find it that it's very difficult to spin this and it's binding up, sometimes there's sand, there's dirt that gets stuck in here. You can blow it off with the air compressor, but if it continues to be stubborn, you could put a little bit of WD-40 right in here and some of it right down here as well, and it's going to help everything just move a lot smoother. So I'm going to measure the bottom to bottom, and I'm at 75.62. I believe the other side was 75.40 something. It's not a big deal. I'm going to run with that. That's okay. I'm not too picky about it. It's around 75, so we're going to go with that. So let's say you don't have a caliper and you just want to use a measuring tape. Can you use a measuring tape? Yes, absolutely. You could use virtually anything as long as you could gauge it that it's the same height on both sides. You could use a measuring tape, and let me show you what that would look like. So you would basically measure from the bottom of that collar up there to the bottom of this strut or coilover. And just, you could probably make a mark with a marker, or if you could memorize that in your head. I prefer to make marks because I forget very easily. and you do the same thing to the other side. As far as accuracy, the caliper is the way to go. If you actually have neither one, you don't have a caliper or a tape measurement, you could just use a piece of cardboard, and whatever you get on one side, just make a mark, cut it. You have a template, you have the height, and you match the other side. You just won't have the exact measurement, but you're using a stencil or a template that's inserted in there and match the other side. You're just wanting to get as close, as even as possible on both sides. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys right now. If you've been following along, you have been seeing the progress on this vehicle. If you haven't, let me catch you up to date just in case you're interested. This vehicle I purchased for 1,400 bucks. It's a G37. It had a rod knock. It was an automatic. We swapped the engine. I put a manual transmission. I completely converted it over. Right now, I am in the process of paint. You can see there's body panels all the way over there. Let me zoom in. Everything has been primed. And let's go to the back. I'm going to show you how far have I broken everything down. So since there is going to be a color change, everything has been removed. I have installed a catback exhaust. I have D2 coilovers installed. I am currently fixing these pillars. These are plastic pillars and they crack, and they're very expensive to replace. So I decided to just repair them, and that's going to work just fine. Here we have a custom bumper that I made. This is completely custom. This is one lower part I ordered online, and this is the original one. I chopped it up. I made this myself, so you cannot buy this. This is my own bumper. And right here, I have a stack of tires and rims. Those go on the G37. And here is a little peek of what they look like. So, big project. I'm almost done with it. It's got racing seats that I have installed as well. I also repaired the dash. So follow along if you're interested in seeing how the progress comes along and how it looks when it's done. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss that.